ఈ ఫ్యాన్ చూడు జస్ట్ సెకండ్ ఎక్కడ Yeah. Okay. So what is a post processor?
After the request, which we can use to extract the data from the response of that request to use it in the next request.
Right. Correct. So in that, like we need to extract some variables. It could be anything, right? That's why we use a post processor. So mostly we are using, as of now, you saw the regular expression extractor, JSON expression extractor, and that's what we discussed. Okay. Now we'll discuss a bit more about regular expression. Let me add a dummy. Okay, let's give name equal to. Okay, let me save this file. Okay, so if you want to extract the name, what we'll do? We'll simply change the regular expression tester, right? And we'll give the whatever required value. Will simply replace with the dot plus question mark and get it right. But if I want to highlight the Ravi, I want a Ravi only. Rava, I want Teza. So then how we'll do in the regular expression? What are our options we have? Post processor, regular expression extractor. Okay, so we have a name variable. I mean, we'll give them variable, right? Something. Let's take a name and regular expression. Whatever written there, we'll write it correct as this. Control C. And by default, I mentioned we have template $1 and a match number ordinal is 1, right? And let me add debug sampler to check the variables. Okay, if I run this, the debug sampler is nothing but in JMeter, right? It will give all the variable information throughout your script.
Correct, yeah.
You can see here you got the name space chaser, but I want to name only. So then we'll use the templates. Sorry, this is. Then we will use this template. I mean, sorry, not template, group. Okay. So let's do $, sorry, dot bracket plus question mark. Space is there, no? So for space, I will write slashes. Then again, one more group is there. So I will write again $ plus $. Now you see match 1 of 1 Ravi, match 2 of 2 Teza.
Yes.
Okay. So this is of this groups. So how we'll write the group now? Write the same expression. Control C. Okay. Now here you can mention template. Template is nothing but first group $1 represents the first template and $2 represents $2. Now if you see here it's showing this only space is right. So now I will write one more thing. I will write just only $2. So I'm saying that just pick up that second template.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. If I run. See, we got only Tesa, the name. Because I have given template of 2. I mean, I want to say that picking a second group. So like this, you can write any format using these groups. If you write like one single bracket, close, and you can put that is one group. So if you write multiple groups in single, right, it have multiple templates. So you can pick up any value inside that. It's clear, right? The groups and template. Suppose if I write $2, $1 here. Now let's see what will happen. See, the name is Teza Ravi. Now it reverse.
Yeah, correct. First it captures the Teja, then Ravi.
So with this groups, right, we can do anything. I mean, we can pick up anything in a expression. It's not like a picking like only end to end, or whole line or whole word.
Okay.
So yeah, whenever you want picking up something like substring of the existing thing, then you can use the groups. Okay, clear, right?
Yeah.
So now let's go to CSV file. So as of now, we are using this application for load testing. Correct. So if I go to the web load, if you see here, we're entering the credentials, right? The username and password. But if I run the same script here and if I give 30 or 20, what will happen? All 30 or all 100, whatever number I given, will take the same username and password only. Correct.
Yeah.
Just a second. Huh? Yep. Sorry. Okay. So this here we have username and password in this field. So if I run with 30 or 100, all will take this one, this username, this password only. Correct. So in the from the server point of view, from the login section point of view, right? So each login request will create different session, right? So but if some of the servers are written in such a way that if the username is same, so they will cache the session. There is some chances. They might cache the session. They might have group it by username, kind of.
Yeah.
Right. And this is also not a kind of real time, because in the real time each user will have each unique username.
Mm.
So we have to pass here also the same unique data. If I want to run 30, then I need to pass 30 username, 30 passwords.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't have this 30 requests here, right? With different username, different password. I can't have multiple scripts. So what I have to do, I have to use the CSV file where I can keep all my info, whatever required. It's not like username password, any variables, any information, any string, any record, you can keep anything in the CSV file and you can use it in the JMeter. Okay. So before that, first we need to prepare the CSV file with the username and password. Okay, let me pick up the old one. I mean, I already have the CSV kept somewhere. Okay, let's prepare the from the scratch. Okay, so let's write the username as a headers, username and password. Test M1 test M2. Okay, username password, sorry, M1. So like this, we need to write just like it in the trace file. To okay, like this I have written it. So here either you can use header or you can ignore as well. But we have to write a header so that at any time whenever you open CSV, you will know which, I mean, the control program will know, I mean, what about this, sorry, you get to know the values are for which column. If you miss the header, right, you will don't know, right? And currently you will remember 1 month or 2 months. After some days, you write, we will forget. So the same side, we can write a header over there. Okay, and just save this file. Okay, let me save anywhere. Okay, I'll just be in the bin folder. Okay, and let's write web load users, and it should be CSV file format, not XLS. You can use XLS as well, but the same sense we use CSV, comma delimited.
Yeah.
So now let's close this. And so to access this data from the CSV JMeter, we have to add the one more element. Add config element CSV data config. The name is saying, right? Configuration of CSV. And here we can choose the file name. So let's go to wherever you kept newly created one. web.user.cs. Okay. So now there is a connection, right, from the file to JMeter. But how JMeter will know what are the column names it has to treat and what is picks it has to pick, right? So that's where we'll give the variable name here. So whatever
User,
write it, that is a mapping point.
username, comma password.
Oh no, you can give anything here. You can give A and B, 1, 2, whatever you give, it will point to that following rows in the columns in the CSV. So understandable, right? We'll use a username, comma password. So it means the first variable, whatever you define here, it will map to first column. Comma, if you give second, it will map to second column.
Yeah.
Like this, you can choose. So this is a mapping point, so that we have to use these names inside our script wherever it required. So here, right, I'll simply give dollar. Then dollar curly braces password. Okay, right. So now we have defined the header, right? We have defined header for our understanding purpose, right? So what JMeter doesn't know, right, whether header or not. That's why we have option. Ignore first line. So if I give true, so it says that it picks up the data from the roll through.
Correct.
Right. And if you want to define these things, right? So then JMeter automatically pick up whatever defined that as a header. Then we'll give the false. You can see only use if variable names are not empty. Okay, so we'll give true. Okay, now let's save this and let's test with first two users. Okay, and I'll add a bureau specific to this one so that we can understand easily on what is going on. I mean, we'll get to know which records got picked up. Okay. Okay, let's see. This is a user one, so thread group one. If check here, we got test M1 from the CSV file. Okay, let's go to this one. Second user, we got see test M2. Okay, and suspend is null. Why it is null? Okay. Okay, right, test M2. So if you do check the login again, in the product page, na, we change it HTML to be better understanding. Just a minute. Oops, given wrong expression. Okay, I'll change it while we discussing something else, I guess. Okay, the value is in the match too. Okay, now let's check. Okay, You can see, right? Welcome test M1.
Yeah.
And if you go to next thread group, next user, it says, oh, the username is not there then. Test M1, incorrect username password. Okay, ignore. But you understood right now. So
yeah.
With different things using, but there is a chance such that we may need to pass address. Correct? There could be chance, right? So why I'm especially we're discussing about address, because I will show you. So let's write, I have written address here. Okay. So address, what is like, we have 1 comma like one door number 1 something, right? Door number 1 comma road number 1 bang. We'll write like this, okay? And we'll say we'll see the same thing. So now in here I have third column, right? I'll give third value.
Yeah.
Whatever I give here, it will have. Okay. So now let me use a dummy to know how exact is speaking. So my request input is $curl brace address, the same variable name. Right, now let's see. Run with one user. And I keep this dummy in the starting. Okay, stop it. Now if you check here, see, we got only one. We didn't need a whole thing. Why? Because it is a comma separated. Correct, no? So what will happen, comma separated? It will go to next field. This after a comma, road will come under next column.
Correct.
So that's why we pick up only one. But we need a whole thing, right?
Yes.
That's where we will use double quotes. So whatever you want to write, we'll put in a double quote. See, let's save the file. Now, if you like that, JMeter doesn't read it CS, it won't understand. Hence, we have allow quoted data as a true. If you give allow quoted true, then it says that it should accept the whole line. Now let's see. Okay, if you see here, see, we got 1/ road number 1/ bang. Got it, right? So like this, you can see it. Now, if I give 10 here, assume that, and I have only 8 records in CSV, correct? What will happen?
It will go to the second iteration for the last two.
Yeah, it will repeat the same thing, correct? For 2. Okay, yes. Now let's check it. And it will have the same thing. That's fine by default. But if I don't want repetition, I want to do only based on what are the numbers or records in the CSV I want to iterate that number of times. Even though I give some number here. So that's where we will use these two options. Recycle on EOF, stop thread on EOF.
Yeah.
So recycle on EOF means end of the file. Whenever I reach the execution will reach end of the file, if I say recycle, if recycle is true, then you only to go to extra second iteration for the same record. Okay, and stop thread even stop thread on even whenever it is true means we have to stop the script when you reach end of the file, no matter what on the numbers. Okay, so based on these two combinations, we can have a different scenarios.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. I will open Excel button. What we have recycle on UIF stop thread on UIF and result. That's output. So if you give true and false, what I'm saying, when I have excess number of users in the CSV, so this all will come only if users is greater than number of records in CSV. Correct?
Yeah.
And same to same, there is no problem. If you have given 10 and you have given 10 lines, it's fine.
Correct.
Right? But whenever access, whenever there is access, then if you want to use it, then these scenarios will come here.
Yeah, it will go again for the recycle.
Yes, yes. Okay. Now, is it true? And stop thread is false means I want to repeat it. Same time I don't want. I'm not stopping the script. So what will happen? It will recycle. Okay. Now assume that if I give false, so then what I'm saying, I'm saying that don't repeat, and same time I'm stopping the script. So that what will happen? It will execute with given number of users. Execute with CSV data users, CSV data records. Even though give 1000 in your CSV have only 5, it will repeat only 5. Because I'm saying that don't repeating and stopping the tester. So even though giving thread group 1000 in the CSV have only 5, it will run only 5 times.
Yeah.
Right. So now let's do true. What I means, I'm asking to repeat and same time asking to stop. It's like opposite statements, right?
Yes, a weird, yeah.
Yeah. So then, but in these cases, the priority will be on the recycle.
Okay.
The first priority will be go to the recycle if in these cases. So obviously it will recycle it. It won't stop the script. Same time if you give false. What I'm saying, I'm asking to don't repeat and same time don't stop.
Recycle on the end of file. False.
So
I think it will fall
under the file records. Access for access record. It uses end of the file string and the test will fail. Okay. Let's see. So do you want to see the demo of this or you can okay with that?
I think I am, this one is okay. But the thing is like, if you go to the final option, right, all threads and there are other options are there, right? all
Yes,
threads
yes.
means we saw that it is unique. Every iteration it is taking unique value, which is called as unique each iteration, like load runner wise.
Which one? Which one?
Every sharing mode.
Sharing mode. Yes, yes. For all the threads, yes.
So when all threads it is working as a unique each iteration.
Correct, correct.
Then what else? Like current thread, edit, and current thread group.
Yeah, edit also I don't know, but let's discuss more with the geometry. Control H. Okay, so we discussed this one, right? If allow the data is enabled. And I forgot to tell you. So if you see here, if you see it passing double quotes.
Yeah.
Whatever in there we picking up, but we should not pick up the double quotes, right? Now data.
We need only the string.
So then what we have to do, what I mentioned, we have to use in a double quotes. Okay, let's see. I haven't used this one. I'll written the code to remove that double quotes while using this type of setting. I'm reading the string and I'm removing the double quote. I'm passing again. I did like that, but let's see how this happens now. What happened? No data to display. See what they mentioned is enable if value may be enclosed in double. Two these are removed to include double quotes within a quoted field.
Yeah. So value to be quoted.
No, they say the default that is removed, right? The default they are saying like this.
Yeah. Can only put to the double quote. Let's see what it is. Then we can.
Only one double quote, huh?
Yeah. Then we can take it.
We're in the starting.
Then means like let it be like as it is. Means like double quotes. Remove the double quotes. The second one we added, right? What is the outcome? We'll see. Then we can.
Output we are getting as it is, no, including double quote we are getting.
Okay, we received the double quote. Okay.
But you want to remove the double quote.
Actually, anything we miss.
But anyway, code is there. Don't have to worry. If an available value close and double value may be closed to or removed. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see that other options. The file is shared between all the threads. Okay. Current thread group, each file is opened once for each thread group in which element appears. Each file is opened once for each thread group which the element appears. What does that mean?
I think that is unique ones. Means like if you have two users with the same name, then it will pick the, for two user, only one value will be added and other will be like error out. You can try that.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's give 3 here, okay? And we'll put option current thread group. Test M1, test M2, test M3.
Hmm.
As usual only, no?
Current thread.
Oh, I think we're using single thread group, right?
Hmm.
So it will be same only. No, what I mentioned. Each file is open for each thread group in which element appears. Same as, right? Okay, let me put this current thread.
What I'm saying, if you can, the current thread group, right? We change the CSV file to go to the CSV file, change it to, instead of test, go there. No, go to the CSV file and change it to test M1 3 times. I think it will take only once, 2 times it will fail. Unique ones,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, okay, that's what we'll do. See, now I given the current thread. So means it will take only single user. You can see here all test M1, test M1, test M1.
So it is work as a sequential each iteration, the first value. In load runner, sequential each iteration means, suppose you are having Ravi and password is password 1, and the second user is Sambit and password 2. Sequential each iteration, even also you will put 10 users. First 10 users will take the first data. Then after that second iteration, it will go to the second data. So that means here current thread means it is going for sequential each iteration.
Achha. So then if I give a second iteration, then I may ask you.
It will go to the second data. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, first set is done. Oh, now second test M2.
Yeah.
Achha. So first iteration, first data for all users.
First user will take the first data for all the iteration. Second user will take the whatever with the number of users, they will take the first data for first iteration. When all the users will come to the second iteration, they will take the second data.
Yeah, second. I mean, once you have second iteration, generally what will happen? Like I start from scratch, but here it will take second row of data.
Correct. It's like sequential each iteration in load runner.
Right. So that's right. Now current thread group.
So that means it is going to be unique ones. So if you will make in the CSV file, make one value to test M1, then I think it will throw error.
Achha, test. Okay, you are saying from the CSV file validation.
Yes, yes.
I don't think so. That will be, but again, see test. Oh, you understood? See, for second iteration, it is taken from third group. So generally what happens, right? Iteration should start from again first, right? Test M1 should be there, but you can see here it's test M6. In the second,
It's okay,
M4.
it's unique each iteration. Na? So every time it is taking a unique value. Because you are having sufficient unique value there. So that's why it is picking it up.
Achha, okay. Even if I give test, okay, let me give more number here.
Let's give a duplicate number, then see. In the
we'll do both cases. We'll give more number here and we'll give duplicate.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. It will throw error.
Combination. So it means every time it will give a unique value, irrespective of iteration, irrespective of the user.
unique ones means like 10 users. Suppose if 10 unique values should be there, it will take. After that, if no unique values there, it will throw error. That should be the logic. Let's see.
No. See, it repeated from test M1.
But how many data we are there having the?
We have 8 only. Last thing is 8.
Yeah, last thing is 8. And how many users we put?
We kept 3 users.
If you put 9 users and if you'll make it to iterate, then it might throw error.
Okay.
Make it one iteration, it will definitely
One
throw error.
iteration. Yes.
I'm thinking unique ones. I'm comparing with load runner.
Hey, it's easy for me. I'm learning this gap. Again, at test M1 it got.
Okay, it took that one.
No, you see in the it says each file is open once for each thread group in which element appears. Array, I think it's for multiple thread group scenario. And I have multiple thread group now. So then what I have multiple thread group, it's global. Everything will be same only as it is. I mean, for this thread group, it is normal, this thread group is normal. But at any point of time, if they want to control it, if you give divide all thread means it will work as it is, the same flow. But if you give this thread group, so then the for particular thread group whatever is running, right, it will open only one time. That's what they mentioned. Na?
This is specific to this thread group. If you, I think we can add one more thread group, this data file cannot be used or something like that.
Current could be, yes. Each file is open once for each thread group, right? Only once here.
Okay.
Only one thread group will use. Even they give 100 thread groups or multiple thread groups. Okay. So that is the CSV file. It's clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we are left out topics with So till this point we completed now the basic set.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll discuss with this like the network policy, the plugins, the coding, master and slave, Grafana, okay, BlazeMaker, IP spoofing, Jenkins. Okay, these are more kind of advanced topics and rarely we'll use. Okay, so that's gonna be discussed. Okay, so we'll connect tomorrow then.
Okay, Ravi, yeah, that's fine, perfectly. So tomorrow what we are going to cover?
Yeah, tomorrow we'll cover this network and plugins first.
Okay.
I mean, this, you know, right, how we control the speed, internet speed.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Ravi.
Bye.